As the trees around us grow, so too does our story. Our champions may come and go, but our foundation remains. This is the world's game. The beautiful game. A dance of athletic grace, poetic strategy, and physical precision. Yet this does not make the game. It is the people, the love, the passion, the indomitable spirit. From the rooftops of India to the streets of Haiti, it is the world's game. This is our game, our club. We are Sacramento.
Good evening and welcome to Bonnie Field. Alongside Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. Two clubs in lockstep to start the 2016 season with 7 points apiece. The Orange County Blues with 2 consecutive wins on a roll, having worked themselves in the USL's top 10 conversation. Meanwhile, Sacramento sliding the other direction after dropping 2 consecutive 1-0 matches. Scoring continues to be an issue here. Kevin, what's the remedy here tonight?
Rob, these guys need to go back to the basics, and these are the things we're talking about that you learn as a schoolboy. Move the ball quickly, 1 and 2 touch, find the target when opportunities are presented, and simplify things going forward. And if Republic can do that tonight, I think it should have a good result and a good game tonight.
All right, let's start with our key contributors. We begin with Ivan Mirkovic from Orange County, a familiar face to Sacramento Republic fans, spent the last 2 seasons here with the Republic.
That's right, Rob. We should know, everyone in the stands should know a lot about Ivan. He's that tenacious bulldog in the middle of the field. One thing I hope Paul's alerted our guys to is that sometimes he likes to dwell on the ball a little bit, and maybe we can kind of be on our front studs whenever Ivan's around, try to nick it off of him and go forward.
For Sacramento, Danny Barrera expected to be a key figure here in 2016. We have yet to see that breakout performance.
Yeah, still waiting for that breakout performance. We all know Danny has that potential, but in order for him to fulfill that potential, he needs to move the ball quickly with 1 and 2 touches. He's the guy that always makes guys better around him when he's moving the ball quickly. And tonight, I think if we can do that early and he can link up with the guys around him, he should have success and hopefully get on the score sheet tonight.
So the midfield will be key tonight, you're saying?
Major key tonight.
And so if you look at this club coming out Orange County, they've been just as good as Sacramento this year. Both clubs going in different directions. Can they turn it around? We'll have to wait and see. But first, let's step over to Jamie Coffey, who is going to introduce our national anthem.
FC and your Sacramento Republic FC. Accompanying both teams to the pitch, youth representing the California Endowment. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise now and remove your hats and welcome the UC Davis Alumni Association as they present our nation's colors. And now, please welcome Jeff Cook with his rendition of the national anthem of the United States of America.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare and the home of the brave.
Thank you, UC Davis Alumni Association and Jeff Cook.
And now let's get to our Orange County starting lineups here. And Brandon Miller, the USL Goalkeeper of the Year in 2015. He's in the box for Orange County. And up top, Traven Cesar, a very good player as well. And I know who you like, Tyler Feely in this.
Yeah, very interesting prospect, young guy, 19 years old. Going to be exciting to see what he can do tonight, and also see if he can link up with Ivan and Crittenden in the middle. So expect some. I'm excited to see what Tyler can do tonight.
And let's head over to Sacramento's side, the first 11 tonight. Again, Dominic Jacobek getting his 6th consecutive start to start the season. Kip Colby on loan from San Jose in left back position, and for James Kiffey tonight.
Yeah, one of those guys got a good piece of run early for San Jose, in tonight to get another game, but really excited to see what he can do. He's more naturally a right-sided defender, playing on the left side. Did that for San Jose. Expect big things from him, getting up that flank with Octavio and serving balls in the box.
And you have Cameron Iwasa, Tommy Stewart up top as well. Let's go to the away coach. Oliver Weiss, in his 2nd season with the Blues, led the club to the 2015 Western Conference regular season title. So a nice first year for Weiss, trying to follow up to see what he can do here on there. He's got his team on a roll. Meanwhile, for the other side, the Sacramento Republican, his first full season with the club, it is Paul Buckle looking to get his team back on track. It's been quite a scoring drought of late. Can they turn things around here tonight at Bonnie Field? A great crowd, a great evening here, 75 degrees here as we just about to get underway at kickoff, as we are looking for a couple of key things from you tonight, Kevin, your keys in the match.
Yeah, typically we see teams as of late come into Pawnee Field and like to sit back and place a counterattack style of soccer tonight. So in order for us to really contain that, we got to make sure that we know where Traven Cesar is at all times. He's a pacey guy that can get in behind you if you don't pay attention to him at all times. So that's the first key for me, is to make sure we know where Traven Cesar is at all times, and also Tyler Feely for that matter. Also, find a link between the midfield and forwards. This is one thing I think we've been lacking a little bit. Players seem to be playing on an island when we're going forward. So JJ Caval, Danny Barrera, Octavio, they need to be able to link up with each other quickly going forward in order for things to really set in for this attack to work well. And lastly, stay positive and don't let frustrations to set in. It's so easy to start forcing things if things aren't going your way. And if something doesn't go well in the first part of the game, there's a lot of pressure on that front two to do something well. So don't stress, don't force things, and be patient tonight. Those are my keys, and I think if they do that, Sacramento could have a good result tonight.
It's a young team. Sometimes teams fall back and they can't seem to turn it around. Other times young teams don't really know that they're maybe in a slump a little bit. They come right back out of it, stay resilient. Hopefully that's the case here tonight for Sacramento. They're in the Glory Red kit. For Orange County, all blue and white. For the other side, our referee tonight is Farhad Dodko. And kickoff just underway here as Sacramento will head to the north end of the field. Meanwhile, Orange County will head to the south end. Slight breeze, about 10 miles per hour, heading to the south end of the field here. Sun setting just behind us here in the broadcast booth, and we are underway, the 6th match for both of these clubs in the 2016 season. And some fighting already as Traven Cesar taking down Barrera just for a brief moment. Here comes Republic. Good to see Tommy Stewart back in the first 11.
And already seeing Danny Barrera probably taking too many touches. First opportunity, the first kick of the game, with Cesar right on him, putting pressure on him. And once again, Republic do a good job getting that attacking third early. And let's see if we can create something early.
Throw for Sacramento. Kip Colby will be wearing number 27 tonight for the Republic. He's on the bottom side of your screen. Throw into the box, nobody home. Koval quickly back. Emra Clementa has all the skills. Gets one, a low cross in. And it's sent away by Stephen Purdy. Stephen Purdy, MLS experience, Chivas USA, played in Portland, played FC Dallas. But he's had some injury woes in his time in the MLS, so he's trying to get his way back up there at the age of 31. Our first corner kick for Sacramento. They had 11 in the loss last week to St. Louis. Here's Alvarez, in-swinger, nobody home.
Yeah, needs to clear that first man, or somebody needs to be making that front post run in front of the person OC has stationed right there.
Barrera slips and falls. offside, a little bit late on the whistle, and so it'll be coming back.
Cesar right there needs to do better. Even Colby probably could have just stopped his run and let Cesar go, continue his run offside, but Colby does just enough to keep him, force that offside there. Sacramento retain possession, but Danny Barrera once again lingering on the ball a little bit. Want to see him get the ball off his foot quicker, and don't let this be a trend for the rest of the night.
So Sacramento trying to reverse a trend they have not typically seen here in the last 3 seasons as a club. They've only lost 2 straight matches 3 times. They have never lost 3 consecutive matches. Chris Christian, who has been so solid, comes up to the midfield. And that back two with Foreign and Christian, they have played so well, only allowing, at this point in time, 3 goals on the season, Kevin. Sent up, Tommy Stewart with a run, easy for Brandon Miller. So Brandon Miller conceded only 11 goals, but arguably had one of the best defenses in the USL in front of him with Rochester. 13 shutouts as a goalkeeper. Just 26 years of age. On the other side, you have Dominic Jakubek, who's 10 years older at 36, having a fantastic season, allowing less than a half a goal a game. A lot of credit to his defense in front of him. Here's a move from Orange County, a beautiful tackle by Koval. He'll be hit with a foul, and Crittenden, with 2 goals on the season, picks up an opportunity and a free kick for Orange County Blues.
Yeah, Koval does a very good job there, times it nicely, probably just comes from behind, and that's probably what referee sees and calls the foul, but Koval gets the ball, foul awarded nonetheless against him.
Mirkovic sent it to the left. So Mirkovic, Crittenden, Velima, Papata in the midfield for Orange County. Quick touch into the middle. Christian comes up. Now a chance for Sacramento. Cameron Iwasa staying strong on his feet, going against a former teammate of Mirkovic. Dumps it off to the right side. Here's Alvarez. Alvarez running along the touchline. Alvarez settles it into the attacking third. A deep ball over the top, looking for Tavo. Tavo settles it down. And Tavo looking for some real estate here. Keeps it in play. Quickly touched, looking for Colby. Barrera comes up with it. Misplayed.
Yeah, miscommunication there. I'd like to see Tavo get that ball off his foot quicker, be able to recycle everything, maybe go out around the backside. But Tavo takes probably one or two too many touches there. And Danny Barrera not on the same page with Kip Colby. Plays it out for a goal kick.
Head-to-head matchup between these two teams. 3-1-2 in favor of Sacramento. 2015. A draw and a win for Orange County. Nice touch here. Jakubek's going to have to come out and clear it. Right back to Mirkovic. Mirkovic quietly at his feet brings it down. McCracken to his right side. A tackle in the midfield, and Stewart is called for a foul.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness by Tommy right there, getting stuck in. Not making it easy for that back four for OC.
Over the top, gets past.
I like
Looks
that.
like Clemente.
I like that energy early from Tommy Stewart as well. I think that's something that he's been lacking a little bit. The little bite that he really hasn't had for the first 5 or 6 games. And good to see him early tonight get stuck in on a tackle.
Here's Tavo moving it forward. Tommy Stewart on side. Plunky back into the cross. A chance for Iwasa.
Good ball, good run there. It's a tough for Iwasa to try to get that on target.
Nicely done by Tavo to keep it in play as well.
Plunky was right there doing a good job defensively.
That's one of the best crosses we've seen by the Republic so far this season. Good run by Iwasa as well.
It's also good to see that Tommy Stewart's once again stretching the field, finds himself in a position out wide, gets it on his left foot, serves a good ball in the box. Still would like to see maybe JG Koval get connected a little bit quicker in the box to make it a little bit more difficult for OC's back four to deal with another player coming in late. But I like the fact that I'm real interested to see how this combination of JJ and Danny Barrera in the middle of the park for Sacramento, how they work tonight, how they work together. Haven't had too many experiences of them playing together in the middle of the field.
Cut off by Clemente. Clemente now in the attacking third. Settles it down. steps over.
So Danny Barrera needs to get himself higher in the situation. The ball gets played out wide. Clementa and Danny Barrera and J.J. Cavallo both sitting in the midfield waiting for something to happen. One of those two guys needs to get involved in the attack when things are going forward, and it needs to be Danny Barrera. J.J.'s job is typically the holding midfielder, the guy who's going to sit back. So I want to see Danny Barrera get himself involved in that attack and try to slide himself underneath our front two strikers and OC's back four.
So Foreign and Christian, they come together pretty early on, have some great chemistry. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time. And is that what we're seeing with Barrera and Cavallo in the midfield?
It'd be too early to tell here. You know, we're 5 minutes into this first partnership, first game of their partnership. But it's something to take into consideration as this thing progresses and evolves to see how these two guys tonight specifically can play together.
Now, Barrera's been on the outside, but now you're saying for the first time he's pulled into the midfield.
Correct. Playing in the middle of the park tonight for the first time this year. It's a position that he is natural for him anyways. You see him when he does play out wide. He likes to drift inside. There's another good step there by Max.
Here's Alvarez looking for Tommy Stewart at his foot, looking for the left turn.
It's a great first touch by Tommy Stewart.
Tabo bumped by Mirkovic.
Himself in a good spot.
Quick touch on the header by Barrera and colliding with Plunke and Iwasa, and Iwasa is called for the foul. So defensively, Orange County has looked pretty good as well. They are now at 210 minutes on the season without allowing a goal. Mirkovic has played in 4 matches now, including this one here tonight, and has played over 255 minutes. There's no doubt he has had a drastic impact on their defense.
Yeah, a good player is a player that loves that holding midfielder role that sits there. He doesn't drift that often, doesn't get forward that often as we see, or as we saw over the last 2 years with him playing in Sacramento. And another thing that he brings is that leadership role, a guy that's played a lot of games in the USL. He's dependable, and he's a blue-collar guy that just one of those pieces to a team, and I think he's been a big asset to OC. They haven't had that piece of the puzzle, so to speak, yet, and I think Ivan's filled in very nicely for OC in that position. So far, so good for him, and see how he progresses as the rest of the season goes on.
We'll keep up to date with all the USL all season long by visiting the USLsoccer.com. Everything you need to know about the 29 teams in the league. Tabo very active early on in this one. 9 minutes in. Sacramento has not had a problem finding shots. 18 in the loss to St. Louis. Here's a chance now for Cesar. Cesar gets past Jakubek, but out of play at a tough angle. Getting behind Foreign and Christian. That could be one thing they're going to have to dial in tonight, because we've seen Cesar and Ajekwa off the bench. Does things very well. Sneaky, fast. You've got to look out, Kevin.
Yeah, you definitely got to manage as a center back. You got to manage that gap behind you and your goalkeeper. And right there, I don't think Chris Christian managed it very well. Could have been maybe some better communication between him and Dominic. And Chris actually gets fortunate. It's another chance.
Offside.
Cesar being a little bit lazy there, not getting back. But I think Chris Christian needs to be able to sort that a little bit better, a little bit quicker, as we're going to see that happen a lot. We just saw another chance, and I think if Cesar is a little bit more crafty with his runs, he could have been in right there rather than been called off. But Chris is going to need to be aware of it, communicate with Dom, and take care of that gap behind him, that space behind him.
Quick touch by Colby finding Cavallo. 2 San Jose former teammates, or just both playing for San Jose at one time. Cavallo last year. Tommy Stewart moving forward. Back heel from Tabo. Stewart collects himself, looking for a cross off the back of McCracken. It'll be a throw-in.
Still too many touches there. Tommy Stewart needs to move the ball, get it off his feet. He had Tavo out wide, played out wide, recycle, turn around, and get in the box. As you see, those extra 2 to 3 touches just destroy attacks and slow things down, allows OC to get themselves back and get their shoulders right. 11 corners for Sacramento, 2 already here tonight. This one sent in low, looking for Clementa. Clementa wanted it up high. Max needs to do better there. That's unexcusable for you not to miss out that first guy.
Throw by Barrera. Alvarez cutting through, taken down by Mirkovic. A whistle is blown and a free kick coming up here. Set pieces, Kevin, it has been an issue for now a season in here now into 2016. So almost a year and a quarter in. What's going on?
You know, I think you lose a little bit by losing Roro. Roro is so special at set pieces with his right foot. Max has always been around. Max and Danny both have great left foots for these things. So you see Kip Coley stepping on top of this. I like to see an in-swinger here. You can see this is a great chance to look at Kip and why predominantly right-footed.
Colby sends one into the middle of the heart of the defense, cleared away.
3 set pieces so far, and you need to miss your first guy. That's 3 in a row, same result every time.
But Kevin, even with Rodrigo Lopez on the squad last year, we saw an issue with these set pieces, especially at the corner kicks. You couldn't seem to find the back of the net.
Yeah, they're tough. I mean, corner kicks you like to think would present a little bit more statistically a better scoring ratio, but for the most part, you know, you're looking at a 10% number at best, I would say, on converting corner kicks. But you know what? It's something that Sacramento, the first year and a half, had great success at set pieces, and you can tell the energy on the guys. Whenever that set piece was coming, your center backs actually had some pep in their steps, running back up. Your big guys lumbering up the field, they're ready to go because they know they're going to get a good ball served in the box. And it just seemed to be the trend's been services, good entry pass.
Here's Alvarez off to Clemente, just a little bit late arriving, broken up by Purdy.
Good entry pass there by JJ, just opens things up drastically for Sacramento. But these set pieces need to be better quality. As the quality gets better, everyone's runs get better. Knowing that ball is going to be there, put in a good place for them to potentially get their head or get their foot on it.
Purdy to Mirkovic, stepping up his 4 and coming away with it. Republic for a brief moment. Koval heads it out of play.
Again.
Danny Barrera signed on June 6th of last season, around halfway through the year.
Well
Tommy
done,
Stewart
Tommy.
able to volley it down, finding Iwasa. Iwasa looking for his left foot. Coming back up is Stewart again, who's been very active tonight. Injury slowed him a week ago, did not get into the match, and he's trying to make up for lost time here this evening.
Yeah, so far, first 10-15 minutes, Tommy Stewart looks pretty dynamic up front. I'd like to see Cam underneath him. I want to see Cam be a little bit more active, trying to pick up the second balls.
Each club here with 7 points, looking to move up, but it's so early in the season, Kevin. A win can catapult you right back to the top of the table here early on.
Poor giveaway there by Derek.
Cesar back to McCracken. Here's Tommy Stewart. Cameron Iwasa into the inside.
Good chance to break right there, but still doesn't seem like Sacramento, when that chance presents itself, no one's really making the run, the decisive run, saying they want the ball. Still seems to be a poor giveaway here.
Cesar to the middle of the park, turning upfield. Christian steps up, picks it away.
Christian gets lucky there.
And the crowd loves it. Tommy Stewart, not onside.
Makes a great run. Not on the same page with Danny Barrera.
Well, Nike is a proud partner of the USL, the Sacramento Republic FC. Follow at NikeSoccer.com or not, at Nike Soccer on Twitter, I should say, for all the latest Nike soccer information. Here's Mirkovic. Quick touch of McCracken on the right side. Talk about changes. 7 starters for Sacramento gone from 2015. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ball, the defending regular season champions, they had about an equal number of turnover here. So when you think about a club who sort of snuck up on people, a lot of those players no longer here. They think they're trying to build on something bigger. And they got a little bit guys in the back now with some size, a little more experience. Bad turnover here, nearly taken away by Crittenden. On the run, here comes Orange County. Off to the left side is Crittenden. Midfielder with 2 goals already on the season. Misplayed, an open chance. It's shot on goal, and it's good. Already Orange County has struck here.
It's just, that is a comedy of errors right there.
And it's Poparo with his first goal on the season. 11 appearances in 2015, making a big statement here on the road against Sacramento.
Absolutely gifted goal to OC right there. Danny Barrera with a poor giveaway, in the middle of the park, tries to track back, doesn't do well enough, ends up actually deflecting the ball right into the run of Papara. Probably Chris Christian could have done better, maybe didn't anticipate the deflection quickly enough, but just a silly giveaway. And Danny Barrera, the first 15-20 minutes right now, taking way too many touches on the ball. And like I said, Rob, just a comedy of errors leading up to OC's first goal in the first 15 minutes. Let's get a good look at Dominic and the frustration in his face.
They haven't come very often this season, but when they do, they've been crushing. 2-1-0 defeats. Here's Cameron Iwasa trying to equalize. Into the box, getting past Purdy, taken down. There will be no foul called. Right back quickly is Clementa, who cannot find a teammate.
Something needs to come of that. Cam gets himself in a good position, but you got to figure out a way to get to get a service in or have a shot. Too many times, it's opportunities are going wasted in those situations. You're in the box. You got to figure something out.
Barrera coming up. Over the head kick. Here's another opportunity. Crittenden stepping up is Christian. Dominic Jakubek. Quickly out. Another dangerous play for Sacramento. Cameron Iwasa moving backwards. Finding Tavo. Tavo looking it upfield. Alvarez trying to make a run. Will it be Muse? Muse gets there first. And keeps it in play for at least a brief moment.
Well done by Tavo. Good job by Alvarez right there. Makes a good run. Him and Muse are going pace for pace right there. Muse has probably got a little bit more. Start moving the ball quickly here.
Barrera. Switch to the left side. Colby. Colby's had limited touches here tonight. Step over, finding Tavo just outside the area. Tavo will take a shot on goal. Sails it over the crossbar.
Good effort, like the idea. Gets himself in a good position, but once again, you got to hit target there. Warm up Miller a little bit. Try to get him challenged. Make him force him to make a save.
So Papara in the 16th minute here. And Tavo tries to come right back, curls it.
Just leaning back, sitting in his chair a little bit too much right there. He's got to get his chest over that ball and try to drive it into the back of the net.
Here's Christian trying to move something forward, looking for Tommy Stewart. Tommy Stewart going to put pressure on Miller. Miller able to find it at the hip. Of the season for Sacramento. Typically, one goal is not devastating for a club struggling offensively. This is starting to creep into the psyche of this team.
This is what we talked about, the keys to the match. These are the situations where it's so easy to get down to yourself and start to feel sorry for yourself. But this is the character, like when you really start to see the character of a team is when you get put in these tough, difficult situations. A giveaway here by Ivan.
Tommy Stewart stutters for a moment. Finding Tavo. Tavo moving upfield. Chased down by Feely. Gets to the edge. Turned down the byline. Right into the gut of Miller. We saw Harry Williams do so well last year was get the ball in the midfield, turn up the heart, and try to make something happen. We've seen a little bit from Tavo and Tommy Stewart here tonight. I mean, for Harry Williams, it's going to be a tough thing not to have him in the lineup here tonight, especially for how well he played for the full night.
Yeah, he was very effective last week, finding that gap between the back four and the holding midfielder. Came away with probably a hamstring or a quad, soft tissue, small muscle issue. So we'll see where it goes. Unfortunate for him to not be a part of the match here tonight.
Mike DeFont also out with that knee injury. Brought in from the New York Red Bulls too during the offseason.
More importantly, you talk about Tommy Stewart so far. Tavo's getting himself involved in the attack nicely. Cam is as well. You need to get Danny Barrera or JJ Cabal. And it's got to fall on Danny Barrera's shoulders to get himself involved in the higher up the field.
Colby trying to make something happen. Finds Iwasa for a brief moment. Now it's Orange County again. Back on the attack. Merkovich is settling down. Tommy Stewart has been very successful against Orange County. Here's Jakubek way off his line. Tommy Stewart with 4 goals in 6 appearances. This is his 7th appearance. A hat trick, a 6-1 victory in 2004. That was in late August. The only hat trick in SRFC history so far. Need more of that production from number 10 up top. Here's Christian looking for Stewart.
It's tough, probably forced right there. You had Tavo in a nice little spot, 20 yards in front of him. Tavo's already on the half turn. Would have been a nice ball entry pass into him, and that's another piece of the puzzle for center backs that doesn't get talked about that often. Is their entry passes going forward, the weight, the decisions, the angles that you can find. But center backs that can distribute the ball out of the back nicely are such a big commodity and asset in any league and for any team for that matter. I'd like to see Chris Christian and Derek tonight, see how well their entry passes are received, the weight on them, the decisions they make, and see if they can open things up a little bit from the back rather than force things over the top every time.
Another forced ball from Jakubek this time. Cesar giving chase. Christian, now Cesar's got a step. Cesar, one step into the penalty area, takes a shot on goal, spraying it wide, looking for a teammate, nobody there. And Clemente will have to chase it down.
Chris, once again, is getting caught out here. Second or third time tonight where he needs to do better with the ball and be a little bit more cautious with it. We get another look here. Cesar's just trying to drive that thing across the face of the goal. No one's making runs. Cesar probably doesn't get his head up and take a look, because there was no one really crashing the box for OC.
Here's a turn on shot on goal. Again, Crittenden looking for an opportunity from deep, and Jakubek played it well.
OC's got good quality in the midfield. Para, Ivan, Crittenden. I mean, those 3 guys alone right now, all good quality players that make great decisions going forward.
Tommy Stewart shielding. Looking for a foul, won't get one. Orange County turning to Popara. Popara to the midfield. Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive content and news, interactive content as well. Follow them at USL on Twitter. Keep all the live action here in 2016. Colby with the throw. Colby out of Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo, an assist in the win against Portland a couple of weeks ago for San Jose. Quick touch, Tabo dumping it off to Tommy Stewart. And they're gonna say offside.
Tabo, have a strike there. 20 yards out on your right foot. Pulled the trigger. Like we said earlier, forced Miller to make a save right there. Get another look right now. Just the tail end of that play right there.
Giveaway by Orange County. Tabo, quick touch. Caval looking up. Tags the referee. An attack now thwarted. Bopara again. Orange County doing a nice job of finding Mirkovic in the midfield to set up their offense. Very few teams have held possession against Sacramento this year. Orange County doing their best, and that's been the struggling or frustrating part. I'd say the struggle's coming when you're taking more shots. You have the ball longer for Sacramento, and they continue not to find ways to score.
Yeah, so far, first 25 minutes, OC's come in here pretty nicely, competed well. They're looking like they're not sitting back, trying to create that fortress in front of their goal. Looks like they want to play tonight, which is good to see. But I tell you what, have combined nicely, possessed the ball nicely so far in the first 25 minutes, Rob.
Paul Buckle after the game, excuse me, Kevin, after the game said, we know that we need one of our strikers to step forward. They know that.
Yeah, and not even the striker. Somebody needs to step up, take ownership, take leadership, grab this game by the throat, grab the team by the throat for that matter. I feel like the squad right now, everyone's waiting for somebody else to do this for them. And at the end of the day, like in life, you've got to step up, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, do the dirty work, and get things done. And tonight there's going to be opportunities for somebody. And who's going to be the person that's going to step up and make take this game by the throat, and take their chance by the throat? Because I think that's really what's missing with our guys right now, is everyone's waiting for somebody else to do it for them. And I'm sorry to tell you guys, it's not going to happen. It needs to be you, and everyone needs to check themselves, look in the mirror, and say that to themselves, that somebody needs to do it. It's got to be me. And I really feel that sort of energy and that sort of bite is lacking with Sacramento right now. And we got the personnel, and like you said, somebody needs to step up. We want the strikers to do it. For that matter, it could be anybody. It should be anybody. It doesn't need to be put on their shoulders. And I know what Paul is meaning in that statement. But somebody needs to step up.
And he said, beyond that quote, he doesn't need it to come just from the strikers. It can come from anywhere. And he said he's looking it to come from anywhere.
And as a player, I mean, put myself in these situations. I've been in situations like this before. I always saw these as opportunities where, okay, fine, I have an opportunity right now to go out there, perform well, and really cement myself with the squad, cement myself with the coach, and put yourself in a good position as a professional. These opportunities don't come around that often in your life and in your career as a professional. So if I'm anyone on the squad right now, I would look at this as a chance and an opportunity to go out there and grab this, and there's just too many touches once again by Emra. Gets himself into trouble, dribbles himself into trouble.
He's trying to keep it alive. Both players going down. Finally falls out of play. And again, it's Mirkovic in the thick of things.
But going back to what we're talking about, now you can't view this, you shouldn't view this as frustrating times, especially as a player. You need to view this as you got opportunities right now. And like I said, it just comes down to who wants to take those opportunities, who's going to be man enough to step up and do so.
7 starters gone. A couple of guys returning. You look at Tommy Stewart, you look like an Emra Clemente, someone who's now started 21 straight matches, a club record. And you feel like there's the talent there. So who has the big personality in the locker room to say what needs to be said?
And it's not even about tactics anymore, Rob. It's not about, your formation. It's a poor touch there by Talbot. Does a good job intercepting the pass, just too heavy of a touch. It's not about tactics in my mind anymore. It doesn't matter what formation, who's playing, who's coming in off the bench, or who's coming in from midfield, or who's stepping into the center backs. It doesn't matter. It comes down to, I think the staff for Sacramento's done a good enough job of putting the guys in the positions, training. Now someone just needs to step up and perform, and it's as simple as that.
Give Colby to throw. There's been a couple of lineup changes, either due to injury or just trying to shake things up. So guys have been given opportunities. Koval goes in hard with Cesar, and Cesar able to fight it and keeps it for Orange County possession. Popardo with the lone goal here tonight for Orange County. A strong counter. Turned into a goal for the Blues here on the road, looking to add to their streak. They have not lost in 3 matches, won 2 straight by slim margins. Christian to Colby, a lot of pressure and a foul.
Yeah, that could have gone either way right there.
So Feely is called. Barrera able. Now Tommy Stewart's going to give some chase. Tommy Stewart able to track it down. Waiting for a teammate. Here's Tabo just outside the area. Finding Colby. Colby's got some real estate. Colby making a move forward. Tapped away from behind Tyler Feely. Serbian American playing well here tonight. Play the U17, U18 Serbian national team. Getting more chances here in 2016. And Mirkovic goes down, a foul on Foreign. And Foreign believes that, it looks Paparo went down. And he believes that Paparo may have flopped a tap there.
Yeah, Derek needs to move his feet better. Gets caught diving in a little bit. Set piece opportunity for OC. OC's been deadly on set pieces this year so far.
They have scored 3 of their 5 goals here on set pieces. Miu stepping up. Miu's with 1 assist on the season.
And this is one of those things that I'm sure the Republic staff alerted the players to do their best not to concede these opportunities. Don't go diving in anywhere around the 18-yard box.
Miu's with the left foot. 4 Republic players in the center of the wall. He'll take a shot on goal, and it just sails off left, and it was Crittenden with the attempt. So they looked for Muse, they went to Crittenden.
Yeah,
Sacramento breathes a sigh of relief.
It looks like from our angle, did everything, did all the hard bit, just pulled it a little bit, got it up over the wall, down early enough, had Dominic beat, just pulled it just slightly, and I tell you what,
it looked good from here.
Whisper away from doubling the lead.
Well, we already have a substitution here tonight, Kevin, as Tyler Feely is out after 30 minutes of play.
That's interesting. I didn't see him favoring anything.
And it's Matt Bierman who comes in. Bierman with the Blues, U23 team. The last several seasons, just graduating from UC Irvine. 22 years of age. So Feely out, Bierman in at the striker position for Orange County, who nearly made it 2-0.
And they're living up to the billing of being a good set piece team. As Crittenden does a very nice job right there on that set piece.
To the right side, here's McCracken. Colby cuts it off. Colby with nice footwork. You can just tell in the first few minutes of watching Colby, he definitely has the skill to play. Terrible giveaway here, though, however. And there is foul now on Pereira on Crittenden. And another set piece. Tough angle for Orange County here, but still a good chance with the size that they have. Purdy at 6'4". They have Plunky at 6 feet. McCracken at 6'1". They've got some guys that can get their head on the ball, Kevin.
Yeah, but this just, I mean, Danny Breyer needs to do a better job here. You got to look at the set piece right here. Crittenden steps up, drives it over the wall, and enough time. Dominic's praying that ball's going wide. Fortunately, it did.
Now here's Muse, all alone. Muse with the left foot, bends it into the box.
Fantastic ball. That's a fantastic ball. Runs were not there by OC. Sacramento probably did a good enough job there, breaking runs, causing some trouble. But fortunate for Republic on that as it sails out for a goal kick.
Cesar coming to put pressure on Jakubek, just a step too late. The energy here at Bonnie Field just a tad too quiet. Tower Bridge Battalion still standing up, trying to cheer the boys on here at Bonnie Field. But the energy is quite low tonight, Kevin.
Yeah, especially the wind's getting taken out of your sails with that goal.
Orange County has owned the possession time here in the last 10 minutes or so.
There's a lot of guys standing around, it looks like right now too, Rob. A lot of Republic guys when we have the ball.
Here's Cesar, quick touch. Jakubek down to his knee. And gets a quiet round of applause. Pereira, Tabo, played it out wide. Here's Colby. Pereira again, settling in. Tabo, turning up. Tommy Stewart looking for a teammate. Colby misplayed it, and now two getting a tussle, and it's Tommy Stewart and Ivan Mirkovic, two former teammates who have a few words for each other. The referee
sure that's
going
not
to settle things down.
That's not
here.
the first time Ivan and Tommy have gone after it. I'm sure it happened plenty of times in training.
Rod Dotko is going to have a conversation with Tommy Stewart. Understands that tempers can flare, but I think the initial push was a little too much, and he might get booked here for a yellow, or at least might be a warning. He's going to give a warning, a verbal warning for both of them. And he's actually giving the yellow to number 19, Ivan Mirkovic. So Ivan Mirkovic with another yellow card. He led the USL. That one coming in the 35th minute. Last season, he's on track to do that again here tonight, or on this season, and he's only 4 matches in.
I tell you what, and that's one of those things, if you're getting cautioned in the first half, in the first 30, 35 minutes, it's going to be something that's in the back of your mind for the next 60 minutes for the rest of the match, knowing that you can't go fully committed to some of the challenges that you might need to do later on in the match.
So that's the first yellow tonight. Barrera hangs it up there. Miller comes out and makes a play.
It needs to be better quality right there. That's just a can of corn for Brandon Miller to come out and grab. Wasted opportunity, wasted possession.
Tommy Stewart given away by Alvarez. Able to find the feet of Foreign pressing forward, looking for Tommy. Too easy of a play for Plunky. Now it's Tabo in the middle of the park. Tries to find Emra Clements on the right side. and just not there. The conviction is not there by the Republic so far this night, this first half of play.
Completely agree with that. No one, the belief isn't there right now, so to speak, Rob. It's another giveaway, sloppy giveaway by Tavo.
It's just been sloppy all evening here. Now moving forward, the OC Blues, Muse. To the right side. Here's the top two. Here's number McCracken. McCracken quickly. Cesar looking for a big shot outside to goal. Back heel loses it for a moment. Now it's Tavo who will try to clear.
Well done by Danny Barrera defensively right there. Good build up by OC. Lots of 1 and 2 touch. Some give and goes across the top of the box. Unfortunate for them not getting something, at least an effort on target. Good entry pass. Good entry pass right there from Derek.
Here's Alvarez to the right side. Clemente. It's just too slow tonight, Kevin. JJ Caval, Barrera. Colby, nice move, taken down. A foul will be called.
You can just see the quality of Kip Colby. He's one of those guys that kind of not really seen that much in college. Came into San Jose, played because some injuries, and really performed well. And you see the quality here tonight.
72 starts at Cal Poly, all Big West team.
He's a guy that's been on Graham Smith's radar for a long time, and fortunate to see him here with the Republic uniform on tonight.
Between the Ventura County Fusion and Cal Poly, this team is nearly a division of the Central Coast. So here's Max Alvarez in his first start on the season in USL play. Tavo is peeling back. This one sent in. Nice looking ball, punched away by Miller. Now Barrera holds on it just a tad too long, looking for a teammate.
It's a good ball in by Max Alvarez.
Clemente outside to Tavo, and it's out of play, and it will go Orange County's way. All USL matches are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Follow the action on the USL YouTube channel. 38 minutes have gone by here alongside Kevin Goldthwait and Rob McAllister. It is Popara in the 16th minute that is the difference in this one at Bonnie Field. Mirkovic hit with a caution in the 35th minute. Those have been the highlights so far. A beautiful evening in Sacramento. The wind has tapered down. You couldn't ask for anything better. One thing we've seen, Kevin, it's not just Cesar who's been putting pressure on, or even Feely at the time. Now it's Matt Bierman. But you see Crittenden and Valima and Popara also putting pressure on those center backs. You're getting from 3 or 4 to 5 different players on any given play.
Yeah, and even when they're doing that, it's just allowing a lot more guys for OC to stay higher on the pitch. And when they do win the ball, you have more people already ready to go involved in that attack.
And that was Bierman this time with the throw, and handed off to McCracken. Bierman to the byline, sending it in. Foreign, quick tap.
Find a way to keep that ball.
Mirkovic goes down and a foul is called. Plenty of whistles blown here tonight. Teams both physical, and you've almost seen Orange County and the way that they've taken on the personality almost of Mirkovic in realizing that he's going to add a lot into that midfield. Crittenden to the left side. Settling down with the left foot. Driven in. Tavo in trouble. Tavo pushed in the back.
Too many touches. It's an inexcusable in your own third.
Crittenden loses it. Orange County able to recover for the moment. Switch here to the right side, looking for Jack McCracken. McCracken at his feet, too hard of a touch. We'll try to keep it in play. Colby into the corner. Back to McCracken. Loses it. Bierman still in play.
Just a silly tackle there by Chris Christian. Just pulls down McCracken. And once again, we need to start thinking about these set pieces in these positions and how successful and the quality that OC possesses going forward. Ball is already won successfully by Sacramento. Chris Christian just pulls down McCracken unnecessarily.
Easy call for the linesman. Cesar, Bierman, Valima, all in the mix in the midfield. Just up top of the box. It will be Musa to take it. Colby all alone. Good runs here from Orange County. Back post. Sends it wide. And out of play.
There's too much weight on that. Sails out.
Throw here for Sacramento. Kevin, we've seen the Republic push the ball forward tonight, but they're doing it without a purpose. And there, another giveaway, and Cesar able to come up with it. Mirkovic pushing forward. Quick touch, Bierman. Looking for Popara again. Popara has made several good runs tonight. Popara has played Serbia, Greece, Bulgaria. 28 years of age, Serbian national. The big goal here tonight. Looking for Tommy Stewart, trying to curl it in. Miller comes out.
It's too direct. Forced somewhat right there by Tavo. Needs to be a little bit more patient with it. Had an opportunity to go and combine with Emra on that right side.
Sacramento just 2 goals in 6 matches. Shots were not a problem against St. Louis. Tonight, they can't get a good look.
Yeah, right now, I mean, really, the only thing I'm noticing is individual battles, and I tell you what, OC's dominating individual battles across the field. And once again, that's not tactics, that's not anything, that's just you checking yourself.
Here's Koval. Spraying to the left side of the field. Colby. Quick touch. Barrera. Alvarez back to Barrera. Too long.
Giveaway again.
Trying to find Cesar. Cesar tumbling down. 4 in his call, and he's going to get booked here. And I think Oliver Weiss wanted a red card the way that the two collided.
I'm talking maybe he's got an argument for last man, but Derek just clumsy right there. Clumsy late challenge. Looks like he tries to go in maybe initially with his head, realizes that Cesar is just a little bit too quick than quicker than he anticipated, ends up just bringing him down. And I tell you what, fortunate for Foreign, because otherwise you got Cesar who's going to be in on Jakubek one-on-one.
Quick start, Crittenden turning it around, finding Purdy. Couple of minutes here yet to play in the first half. It's been all Orange County. Just 1 goal, but they've owned the possession here. Colby comes up with a nice tackle and pokes it away.
You know, the other thing I'm noticing here, it looks like the OC Blues right now are really enjoying the game. 1 and 2 touch, knocking the ball, combining well, finding some people's chests, moving the ball back and forth. And that's when you can kind of take a look to see where this match is going right now. It looks like OC's really enjoying themselves, and that's when good things typically happen. And still, in Sacramento, I think is the polar opposite of that. Not enjoying things. Things are still, everything's a challenge. Everything's a battle for them.
Here's Valima. Few touches tonight. But you're right, everyone's getting on. Now it's Valima near the byline, sends it in. A misdirection. And it'll be a corner kick coming up.
Yeah, you know, body language is a big tell a lot of these times too. It just looks like Sacramento, they're just lagging a little bit, dragging a little bit. And OC on the opposite side of that spectrum, looks like there's a little bit of bounce in their step, a lot more than Sacramento. And it looks like they're enjoying their football right now. And that, in my mind, that says a lot for Sacramento not being difficult to play against. You got to be difficult to play against. You got to make things difficult. You got to make things unenjoyable for opposition in order to be successful.
Here's Mius. And the whistle blows and they'll restart. So Valima, Bierman, and Purdy all along the face of the goal here for Orange County. Look for Plunky to make a run down and they'll change it up. This will be Crittenden to take it instead. The right-footed Didier Crittenden. So 1 minute of stoppage time added here. Low ball swung in, a chance. fumbles around. Max Alvarez looking to counter. Cameron Iwasa into the neighborhood. He's got Emerald Clemenza. He's onside. Now he's got Tommy Stewart to his left. Pokes it to number 10. Stewart taken down. A block by Miller, and he tumbles around, and it'll be no shot on goal for Sacramento. But back they come. One more chance here before the whistle blows. That was a great chance, Kevin, and they just could not convert. Looking for Iwasa.
It just looks like there's no conviction again. Emra the ball needs to be played a little bit square across the face. I tell you what, you're going to look at it right now. Emra's got his head up the whole time, just leads him too much. You see this touch, the touch by Emra when he plays it, he takes a step back. You see there's no conviction to follow that in the net. Play it across, play it with some pace to Tommy, so Tommy has a chance there. I tell you what, credit to Brandon Miller right there. Came off his line really, really quickly. Did a fantastic job to break that up. But there's your golden opportunity. Counterattack, 1v1, last 30 seconds of the half to even things up. And I tell you what, Paul's got a lot of things to talk about to his guys. And in my mind, it all involves Sacramento checking themselves, looking in the mirror, and deciding if they want to come out here and play or not.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a lot of energy just kind of building in that last final moments there. It finally felt like Sacramento had a chance to get things going here. We'll head to the break. Orange County with a goal, and that has been the difference here. It is Popira in the 16th minute who has made the difference here at home against the Republic.
Guys, I got the jerseys. El Nino. Aquí. Spray Dan.
Oh, yeah.
Don Ovan.
Think that's me?
You guy. It's $40. Can you cover that?
I'll send it to you right now. Done.
Okay, got it. So hat trick Rick, he's the best player on our team. You get the ball, you give it to him.
Great. Rick.
On your phone, online, on the go. Wells Fargo makes it easy to get banking done.
All right, Don, you're on. Nope, just kidding.
We do music group every morning in the playroom for toddlers and school-age kids, and they get to come and sing familiar songs and bring their family and their siblings, and they get to play drums as loud as they want, and it just kind of helps familiarize the hospital environment and help them cope with being stuck here.
Left, right, center, LFE, left surround, left stereo, right stereo.
Yeah!
You by California Endowment. It's a mini match between the Gold Cape versus the Red Cape. Are you guys ready? All right, Gold Cape is going to kick off. Here we go. Oh, ball's out of bounds. Here it comes. Ball's back in. Ooh, nice try. Good cross. Ball's coming back in. There's another ball by there. Oh, there's a long shot. Nice try. Nice tackle. Gotta stay in your feet somehow. By the way, these young players out here from Sacramento are scoring goals for Health for All, so make some cheer for them. Come on. Again, here comes another ball. Go ahead, play the ball, come on. Oh, there we go. The red team's getting ready to go. Come on. They're trying to pressure. We got 10 more seconds. Come on. Good tackle. The red's got to be. Come on, goal. Come on. Let's get it to the other side. Another good tackle by the red. Oh, there's a good shot. Perfect. We're going to end it right there. We want to thank the California Endowment. Hold the ball. Good job. Let's give a cheer for these young athletes from Sacramento representing California Endowment. Great job, guys. The staff from California Endowment is outside getting ready to give some mini balls to the loudest fans, so make some noise.
And please welcome tonight's groups in attendance. And now time to reveal the correct answer of this evening's sprint trivia. The question was, 3 Sacramento Republic FC players are University of California, Santa Barbara alumni. Which of the following players did not attend UCSB? Was it A, Alfonso Motogalvan, B, Danny Barrera, C, James Kiffey, or D, Agustin Casares? The answer, D, Agustin Casares. Switch to sprint and save 50% for a limited time. Fans, the next big day of giving is coming right up on May 3rd. Now, this will be the 3rd year our region comes together during a 24-hour online giving challenge to support the nonprofits who lift up lives. Go to bigdayofgiving.org to see how you can help raise money. For all music fans, Concert in the Park is back to downtown Sacramento May 6th. Opening night for Concert in the Park includes our very own James Cavern. The concerts are free and they take place every single Friday night in Cesar Chavez Park. For details and lineups, visit godowntownsac.com. Sacramento Republic FC and Roundtable Pizza would like to welcome everyone who is celebrating a special occasion with us this evening. Happy birthday, Timmery. Happy birthday, Jake Sandman. Happy 12th birthday, Avery Daubert. Happy 3rd birthday, Emil. Happy birthday, Christopher. Happy 10th birthday, Haley. And a happy 10th to Ian Doenbauer. If you're celebrating a birthday or anniversary and you want to have your name up on Bonnie Vision, well, email community@sacrepublicfc.com. Earlier this week, the Republic FC announced Sacramento Regional Conservation Corps as its first recipient of the Glory Glory Sacramento Fund. This charity is dedicated to providing youth and adults an opportunity to succeed beyond their means, and they were awarded $20,000 to aid in their efforts. With us this evening are members of the Sacramento Regional Conservation Corps. Please join us in watching this video that they submitted as part of their application.
Youth Build has returned to the Sacramento Regional Conservation Corps and to Sacramento. We are a program that is for 18 to 24-year-olds, young women and young men who do not have high school diplomas.
Matthew Nuno, I'm 19 years old and I've been in the SRCC or Youth Build for about a month and a half now. I wasn't sure how my life would end up with me running around in the streets, gang banging, selling drugs, and doing whatever. I use the experience that I get from this program to help me out better in the future. But my real plan is to go to the U.S. Army.
We are in the process of learning construction. We will be building a house with Habitat for Humanity.
My experiences through the program is getting my high school diploma, earning it, having a job, changing my life around because I was too busy in drugs and gangs, to where I have to do and show a lot more matureness than what I was showing.
I wasn't going on the right direction, so I chose to go into the program. I needed my education and I wanted a job too, so I chose to better my life.
Eva Jordan brought me to Youth Build is knowing that I had a second chance when nobody else would give me a chance. They basically work with you to figure out what your skill is.
One of the main reasons why people should join Youth Build USA, the training opportunity, just being able to better yourself. It's a really bright future that I'm working towards.
What made me join is I needed my diploma and I needed to get off the streets. So I went to Sacramento Regional Corps and they're helping me get there.
to donate and help match the donation from the fund, you may do so at sacrepublicfc.com. Thank you.
Welcome back to Bonnie Field here alongside Kevin Goldthwait. I'm Rob McAllister, and an evening here where Orange County has been able to strike first 1-0. Now let's get to our NorCal Honda highlights here, Kevin. All Orange County early on here is it has been the club from down south that has been the more aggressive one, and a foul here looked like it was going to be drawn. Republic player goes down, and it's Poparo who finds the back of the net.
Yeah, Danny Barrera right there looks like he's just trying to get his heel on it. Chris Christian's anticipating him not. Danny Barrera plays it right into Paparo's path for the goal.
And here's Tabo right upside top of the crossbar. Didn't find target here. And once again, it is Orange County with a good strike on it. Crittenden out there. Good ball in here by Alvarez, and a great punch away by Miller. Here's probably one of the best chances of the night. It was Emerald Clements on the right. Tommy Stewart streaking down the middle. Miller got the best of it.
Yeah, Miller does a great job there. I'd like to see Emerald play that ball with a little bit more pace across the front of the goal there to Tommy Stewart. And Tommy really can do nothing about that one.
And let's get to our first half stats here. Typically we don't look at fouls, Kevin, but we had 9, and it doesn't always tell the story. But I think tonight it shows that the guys just were not in the right place.
Yeah, a lot of these fouls tonight, sometimes you look at that and think your squad's aggressive, on their front foot and battling. But tonight it's a lot of sloppy, lazy fouls, grabbing for unnecessary reasons because you're out of play or you're not thinking quick enough like Derek Foran does. What Danny Pereira did a few times, and even Chris Christian. So guys are just, they're being reactive rather than proactive, and that's a tale, right? A sign of lateness with those 9 fouls right there.
So for Sacramento, they've got a deficit to crawl out of here. They have yet to score a goal in the first half. They've scored 2 of their 2 goals here in the second half of play. Can they tie things up here and likely have a new sense of urgency here at home in front of this crowd that is waiting for something to cheer about? We are underway here in the second half of play. Orange County will start things off to the north end of the field here to our left. Sacramento looking to go the other way. Cameron Owasa, Tommy Stewart still up top for Sacramento. Stewart with the best look, but again, Miller, who has made 2 very nice saves tonight, difference making here. Jakubek saw one sail past his head by Poparo, and that's been Orange County's game plan tonight. Attack, attack, attack. They've had 3 or 4 different midfielders and strikers come up and fill those roles, try to get behind Christian and Foran. They've been successful a few times, but now Sacramento looking to turn up the energy, and here's Emerald Clements on the right side. Clementa into the middle of the park. Dumped off. Cameron Owasa has a look. Too heavy of a touch. Keeps it on the byline with his left foot. Trying to go back at it. Still in the area. He'll have to swing it back out around. And now here's Clementa looking for Tommy Stewart. Cleared away by Orange County.
Good start right here for Sacramento. Still, Cameron Owasa's got to get something out of that. A great little ball played into him. Just a poor first touch. And even going back to what you were talking about, coming out into the second half, Rob, all things considered, you're still only down a goal. Go in there. Hopefully had a good halftime talk from Paul and staff. But the big thing is you're still in this game. And 1 goal completely changes the complexion tonight and hopefully puts some wind in your sails.
Here's Alvarez, a little bit lighter on his feet. Cut off by Mirkovic. Koval, too heavy of a touch. We've seen too many times tonight. The touches have just not been there.
Yeah, lack of the quality in that final pass or that final touch. It's plagued us all season.
Muse to Mirkovic. Mirkovic turning upfield, finding Crittenden. Left side. It'll be clearly offside by Cesar. And Jakubek will watch it trick just outside of the goal box.
all things we just said, how good that start was at first build up and first attack by Sacramento. Still nothing on target. No worries for Miller whatsoever. You need to get yourself in these positions now, and you have to start putting some stuff on target. It's just simply not good enough, Rob.
Orange County is 1-0 this season when they lead at the break.
Great tackle there by Kip.
Kip Colby in for James Kiffey on loan from San Jose. Turning, here's Owasa. Owasa looking ahead, looking for Alvarez. Alvarez stuck too many blue jerseys in the neighborhood, and now it's Orange County back the other way. Lone players, we've seen Tommy Thompson, Adam Young, and we've also seen Mark Sherrod, striker attacking midfielder positions here. And on loan, many asking today, why do we need a fullback?
Yeah.
Plenty of defensive players have played very well this season for Sacramento, but the partnership with San Jose is not a one-way street. It's not just what Sacramento needs, right, Kevin? This is a two-way partnership where someone needs a little bit more games. Here's Danny Barrera, deflected, looking for Tommy Stewart.
Still need some patience on that. I'd like to see Danny Barrera be a little bit more patient. But going back to this loan discussion, and I heard a lot of it this week too, talking about, you know, why do we need a left back coming in? Why do we need a right back coming in? I mean, obviously we have scoring problems. Let's see if we can get someone that's a striker. But this is, like you said, this is a two-way street where San Jose still needs players of theirs to be developed, and that's part of the relationship. It can't be, we can't have our cake and eat it too and ask for every certain player that we want and still not try to benefit and help Dominic Kinnear and John Doyle out in San Jose. And this is a good example. And I tell you what, let me get a quality like Kip Colby to come in here. Why not? Why not do them a favor, start to really blossom this relationship with San Jose, and hopefully, you know, down the road it gets better than where it is right now. So far it's been fantastic with San Jose, but like you said, it's a two-way street here, and when we have the opportunity to get quality like Kip Colby to come in, take it any day, 7 days a week.
So Pavale Papara, who scored the lone goal of this game, gingerly walks off the turf. Looks like he turned his right ankle down away from the ball. And that has been the stoppage in play here for at least a short term, as he will relace the boots and get things going. Well, the boys in Old Glory Red will take on the future stars of Liverpool Football Club when they play Liverpool FC U21s on May 21st, right here at Bonnie Field, and also May 25th at Greater Nevada Field in Reno. Tickets on sale. Learn more, sacrepublicfc.com. What a great evening that will be, Kevin. And it's not just U21s. We might see some of those key reserve players for Liverpool as well. I mean, talking about one of the most successful, legendary EPL clubs. And they're coming right here to the capital city.
Yeah, it should be exciting to see those guys come in.
This is part of that relationship. We saw Buckle and Graham Smith take a trip overseas during the summer, or excuse me, during the winter break. And part of that was building relationships, and this is what has resulted in part of that. Two players going down. Colby looking for a whistle, and it will be a corner kick. And it appears that it's Jack McCracken who was able to stand his guard.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like Kip got the better of McCracken there. Took the referee, who actually concedes a corner kick, not a foul here.
The left-footed, Max Alvarez from Napa, California. Starter on the championship club. Outswinger looking for Christian. Christian just pops it up. Hit like off his shoulder, it appears.
Tough one for Chris Christian. Just makes this run. Starts it probably a little bit too early in a rise.
So Alvarez looking for some space.
Well done by Max.
Clogging was Purdy, and another corner kick coming up for number 11.
But better runs right there. You saw Chris Christian make that sharp, crisp run, and that's what we want to see these guys do right now. With the service of Max Alvarez, you should be excited for this ball to come in.
Here's Alvarez looking for Clemente. Clemente still bobbling around. Soft shot on goal. Tommy Stewart tries to step in the lane and not able to thwart the clear. So 4 corners for Sacramento tonight. Not very many chances for the home squad here in Sacramento. Orange County, Paparo with the lone goal. Ivan Mirkovic with a yellow. But it has not slowed down the attack of Orange County. They've been aggressive. They've had the team that has held the possession more often. They've been more decisive, more crisp. So far they have the lead. Kraken finding Bierman. To the right side. Long cross, looking for Cesar. It'll actually go toward the net. It'll be Dominic Jokubek with an easy one. And you're right, Kevin, even the shots taken by Orange County, depending on where they are from the field, it hasn't really mattered. They've all been on target.
Yeah, you got it. You have to test goalkeepers. It's a simple, one of those things we talked about in the pregame. It's the schoolboy stuff you're taught. You're not going to score if you don't shoot. You're not going to score if you don't hit target.
The ball stepping back. Colby. Christian. Cesar continuing to put pressure up top. Tower Bridge Battalion still banging the drums on the north end here, trying to get behind the club here. Give them a spark on the field. They've looked more crisp here in the second half of play, but nothing has resulted of it.
And this is just no worries for OC. They'll do this all day. Let Sacramento play in that in their own defensive third. And finally, something breaks here a little bit.
Cabo trying to move forward, looking for Colby. Colby on the run, showing some pace. Cross in, nobody making a run on the backside. And Colby has to just spray it out, send it over the top of the bar.
Tough work there by Kip Colby. Serves the ball over the end line for a goal kick. But still, even if the ball's whipped in with pace in the box, there's nobody making a run. Nobody was making a run in that situation.
Sacramento number 2 in the USL in shots taken, and yet only 2 goals in 6 matches, 5.5 to get more detail technical here. Cesar the intended target. Christian comes up, nice cutoff.
I like seeing that by Chris Christian, winning those individual battles.
Settles it down, Bierman. Christian will send it back to Jokubek, looking for Tommy Stewart. Tommy Stewart continues to battle. In 2014, it was impressive to watch this club. They were together on every play, and they moved as one unit. We have not seen that here in 2016, offensively.
Right. And we talked about it once again in the pregame. A lot of people when they're going for it, a lot of our guys seem to be on islands with no one really making a run for them.
Here's Clementa on the right side, trying to get something going. Tommy Stewart's in the middle. Clementa's going to send one in, back post, too hard, looking for a quick hit off the head. And Alvarez can't control it or find a teammate. Tommy Stewart came back up. Tavo didn't continue his run. And it seems to be the problem with too many of the midfielders is that they're not continuing the run.
Yeah, and I think it goes back to Republic guys waiting for somebody else to do the job for them. When a guy like Tavo's breaking with the ball, or a guy like Danny Barrera's breaking with the ball, there needs to be runs. And another poor giveaway by Iwasa. Got to be better holding the ball. If you're going to play in that position underneath the striker, you have to hold the ball up. Cam's got all the physical tools to do so.
And Iwasa is hit with a yellow card, as it is Popara who goes down again. Popara limped off the field just about 3 minutes ago with an ankle injury, and now he's limping on his left. And so that is the second yellow card handed, or excuse me, the third. Second on the Republic. Foreign was hit earlier in the first half. Now it's Iwasa, and they'll join Ivan Mirkovic. All on caution here tonight. Lima moving forward, looking inside, cut off by Tavo. Tavo sends it upfield. There's nobody there again. And now a lot of running for Tommy Stewart, for really without a purpose.
Well, no one's going with him right there either. He's running out there at one end and finds a good spot here.
Koval up top to the left. Here's Popara again. Popara's been masterful tonight. Looking to his right side, Cesar. Cesar matched by Colby. Cesar back. Well, DeLima spent it out and packing it in with the Republican, able to slow things down against Orange County here. Britton with a nice move inside, working in the middle of the park, hits off the referee. But right back here they come again. Popara up top, looking for Cesar. Out comes Jokubek. Jokubek punches it away, but comes again is Crittenden. Crittenden deep into the area. Crittenden has a play. Bobbles it, goes down the box, will not be called a foul. And Sacramento's defense stands tall here, but the bench from Orange County not happy with the no call. Plunky right back quickly to Valima. Valima to Crittenden. Crittenden to Popara. Cesar. 1-2 touches. What we've seen so many off from this club here tonight. Musa with a poor giveaway. But the touches have been very crisp for Orange County tonight, Kevin.
Yeah, the Republic right now just too easy to play against. It goes back to what we talked about at the end of the second half, end of the first half. OC is out there, they're enjoying things, they're having a good time, moving the ball crisply and sharply. And Sacramento's just not difficult enough to play against. Uninspired right now.
Here's Colby. Drums getting louder from the Tower Bridge Battalion. Tabo loses it, spins around, still in trouble, goes down, wants a foul, will not get it, was never in control.
Yeah, just poor giveaway again. Too many touches, not having an idea what to do when you get in that final third.
Big Dave giving returns to Sacramento on May 3rd. Help us raise over $6 million for Sacramento area charities. Learn more and donate online, bigdayofgiving.org. A foul is called. Sacramento will reset. Nearly an hour gone by. Sacramento's chances have been few and far between this evening. A throw for Orange County here. Now Sacramento spreading the field, pushing it up. Derek Foran all the way up, looking to move the attacking third here. Danny Barrera trying to squeak around Mirkovic. Foran just trying to force it in. Now he nearly loses it. Cesar was looking to turn. Never had the ball, but here's Alvarez. Alvarez cutting in. Has Awasa to his left. Finds Awasa. 14, one touch, too many. And right behind him.
That's fine by Cam. You're getting yourself in a good spot. Get it on your left foot. Pull the trigger. You got a lot of traffic, a lot of bodies, and a lot of legs to go through. Something good might happen. You don't know unless you take that shot, and that's what we need right now. We need opportunities. Cam finds himself in a good position. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
They continue to send number 9, Trevin Cesar, who was a USL Team of the Week 2 weeks ago for his goal against Portland. Over the top. Tabo pressing forward. Plunky able to recover. And now the mark becomes McCracken. Tabo goes down. Ball flies out of play. And it'll be a throw for Sacramento.
I think Tabo gets bailed out right there. I don't know how much McCracken did wrong.
An hour played here at Bonnie Field. Sacramento trying to find themselves on the board for just the 3rd time this season. They've lost 2 straight. They have never lost 3 in a row. And now McCracken will get a talking to from the referee here for Hadako. And now the crowd getting into it, stomping their feet here on the metal bleachers at Bonnie Field. Trying to rile this Republic team up, who is down by a goal. Here's Alvarez with the left foot. Not high enough. Tabo able to settle it down. Barrera chips to the right side. Clementa comes in. An opportunity for Sacramento. Awasa near the byline, keeps it in play. And now they're saying out of play. And it will be Orange County.
Let's call a foul on Awasa right there.
A little hip check at the end, it seems.
But still, I think the Republic need to read that by Emmer. The ball's played out wide from Danny. It's lofted. They know there's probably going to be a 50-50 challenge, and Emmer does a fantastic job. Gets up big and brings the ball back across the face of the goal, and yet the runs still aren't there. That reactive rather than proactive approach evident right there in my mind, Rob, where once again just simply not good enough.
Hughes. Foul is called, a reset for the Republic. Orange County, once the LA Blues, originally founded in 1998. Couple of ownership changes. They play at UC Irvine at the Anteater Stadium, and a late foul is whistled.
Ivan Mirkovic, I don't know. I think once again, the Republic get bailed out a little bit as Ivan looks like Mirkovic does a good job defensively one-on-one, just steps in between the ball and Max Alvarez. And like I said, I think Republic bailed out here, earned the set piece.
Mirkovic wants to know why. To his right goes Barrera. Here's Clemente, taps it to his right. Here's finding the left-footed Alvarez. Alvarez trying to cut forward, held position. Defensively, Orange County comes up strong as Popara comes up big.
Popara defends Alvarez nicely. Knows Alvarez typically likes to go to his left.
Here's Kip Colby on loan from San Jose. Is settled into this one. To the left side is Tabo. Tabo in the area. Dink up top. Here's Clemente making a run. Too late. Miller able to snag it out of thin air.
Poor ball by Tabo.
Back on the run. Here come the counter. Crittenden in Orange County. Cesar to his right. Cutting to his middle. Looking for number 9. Find a striker. That's a handball.
I just want to go back to that. The build-up. The build-up was fantastic for the Republic on the other end of the pitch. Just that final pass again. Tavo just too much loft on that ball. The ball needs to be driven in. Just poor technique, poor execution.
One bright spot Sacramento can look forward to as Orange County has had an issue closing out. 4 of the 5 goals they have allowed this season have come in the second half, and they've come late in the game. Mius able to step up, slow down the attack for Republic here. Alongside Kevin Goldthwait, Rob McAllister, 64 and change has been played here in Sacramento tonight. The Republic looking to tie this thing up midway through the second half here. They trail by a goal. Looking over the top is Alvarez. Alvarez takes a header over the top. Cleared away by Mirkovic.
Good job, good work by Kip Colby. Puts it in the box, and well done by Max Alvarez. Typically don't see him battle that hard for balls in the air.
Clemente pops one up high. Tabo chasing, but really out of play. Copa America Centenario kicks off in June. That's June 3rd to be exact at Levi Stadium when USA takes on Colombia. Visit all Copa dates and buy tickets at ca2016.com.
Saw another look there of Max Alvarez working, trying to create something. Maybe would have liked to see him bring that ball down rather than try the overhead kick, but that's fine. Good effort. Can't fault him for trying to put the ball back into the box, into the mix.
And Cesar appears to be down, holding his right, looks like hamstring. And so the trained staff will come out. Cesar just a first-year player here for Orange County. Played Austin last year, 27 appearances, 2 goals. Already has 1 this year. We'll have a substitution for Sacramento, and it will be Max Alvarez to come out, and it will be Chase Minter to replace him. So Alvarez been sort of a bright spot here early on the first 65 minutes or so.
Yeah, maybe this is a fitness issue. I don't know. I think Max has been pretty dynamic tonight.
Substitution.
I like the idea of bringing in Chase Minter.
And Joe Baselio will check in, and he will replace Trevin Cesar. Cesar is out as he slowly makes his way off the field. First substitution for the Republic, second for Orange County tonight. Each team has 5. Joe Baselio on trial during the preseason, but started against the Whitecaps too in the season opener. Impressed the coaching staff well enough. The 24-year-old from Connecticut getting some playing time here now with Cesar out.
Tell you what, right there too, Chris Christian just got bailed out. He absolutely just bear hugged, I think, Popara.
Remember Clemente turning, looking upfield. Tabo, nice slide tackle. Mayus will throw. 23 minutes left to play here and some change. Sacramento looking for an equalizer. They've been out of sorts for most of the evening. They've had a couple of good looks at it. Have not been able to put really a strong one on target, and whistled for the foul is Tommy Stewart as Mius falls to the turf. The crowd wants to buy in, Kevin. They're waiting for something. They're just waiting for that goal. They've been waiting since last August at this point.
Desperate for something right now, something to cheer for, something to get everyone's spirits lifted a little bit.
Cameron Wassa with the lone goal here in the win early on in the season, the home opener. Such a beautiful night at Bonnie Field. There's very few places where you can enjoy high quality soccer like you do here just outside downtown. Tabo putting pressure, sending it back is Purdy. Republic flag waves, a crowd staying in it. The Tower Bridge Battalion trying to rally the club. They're just behind the goal box of Dominic Jakubek. Here's Bierman. Crittenden goes down. Barrera with a tough shove, and the captain is hit with a yellow card. The third for the Republic tonight.
Danny, quick succession there. Few tackles, late challenges. We try to inspire the guys a little bit.
So Foreign Barrera hit with yellow cards.
Another opportunity here for OC for a set piece.
Wafts one in, back post, still in chance for Orange County. Turning is Belima. Belima to his left foot. Back pedals. Great play defensively by the Republic. Stepping up, here's Barrera. Barrera cut off by Popara. Popara dumps it off to Mirkovic, now finding Crittenden, who has just fouled a moment ago in a set piece. Looking off to his left, Mayus. Stepping up is Clemente. Now the Republic looking to counter. Koval turning upfield. Excuse me, Iwasa here. Iwasa has nowhere to go and finds the spokes of Mirkovic. And Orange County again settles things down. Orange County seems to be the more poised team this evening.
They're winning their battles everywhere. Every individual battle on the pitch right now. Rob, I think OC's got the better of Sacramento.
Tabo, easy call out in the open field, and he may be booked as well. That's the fourth yellow hit by a Republic player tonight. And now the training staff will come out. It's Ivan Mirkovic who appears to be down on the turf. No, excuse me, Mirkovic's next to him. And holding his nose, it looks to be Popara possibly. And it is Popara who has been hit a couple of times tonight. Rolled his ankle earlier, they're holding his nose. It doesn't appear to be broken, but he took one pretty hard across the dome. "72 minutes gone by here at Bonnie Field as Popara is helped to the side and will be taking a second look. The whistle blows and they'll play with 10 for the moment. Clemente the mark, stepping over Basilio, who just checked in. Basilio loses it. Clemente looking forward. Clemente looking up top, cut off again by Purdy. Easy play, Mius. Right back down to Basilio. Vaselia loses his footing, and lucky for the Republic.
Right back down the throat again. I mean, that ball by Emra, you can't, that's the miss you can't have happen. You need to get the ball over the top or find someone's feet, but that ball, the in between, it's easy for center backs and defenders to deal with, and it also springs the counterattack as everyone loses their position, loses their marks as that ball breaks forward.
Minter with a start here at the home opener. Out wide. Looking for Tommy Stewart. Plunky, too easy. Hip check by McCracken. Not giving up on it. The Republic still fighting.
It's well done by Tommy Stewart. They're battling right there. Kind of earns or retains possession for Sacramento in that final third.
Quick throw, cut back, cross, sent in, looking for Tavo. Tavo with a header. Too high out of play, couldn't find target. And it looks like Mackenzie Pridham will come in for Danny Barrera. So now you have 3 strikers into the match. Stewart, Pridham, and Wassa. Wassa will likely slide back. So Pridham and Colby, both Cal Poly alum, along with Chase Minter. So you have 3 Mustangs out on the field here tonight.
So it looks like what they're going to do is Cam Owasso is going to slide out to the left. Chase Minter slides into the middle with J.J. Caval, putting Tommy Stewart and Mackenzie Pridham up top. And Mackenzie's going to be that point guy with Tommy underneath. And Danny Barrera takes a seat.
See if the changes will work out here. A restart for Orange County.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Chase Minter can do in the middle of the field here tonight.
The dink over the top. Jakubek twirling, able to pick it out of the air, quickly back out to Tavo. So Kip Colby, Christian, Dominic Jakubek, Derek Ford, Emmer Clementa in the back. Owasso, Minter, Caval, Guzman here, Stewart, Pridham. Into the match for the Republic. Tavo to the corner. Tavo turning.
Does a good job here to earn the corner kick. But here's a problem that Paul's going to have now. You've taken out both your left-footed guys, set piece takers, Alvarez and Danny Barrera. Looks like Chase Minter is going to come over, whip an outswinger.
Chase Minter, 7 goals, 6 assists for Cal Poly. Is a senior season. Outswinger for the right foot, looking for Christian. Christian just a tad late. Ball away from him. Here's Ford. Ford looking to switch Tommy Stewart into the area. Settles it at his feet, tries to cross through.
Breaks on here.
And Colby able to recover.
Now keep the pressure up, keep the tempo up. Start moving the ball.
Looking for Pridham.
Still too direct right there. Need to have a little more patience. Octavio does.
Well, an effort to make Sacramento a better place to live, work, and play. Republic launching Glory Glory Sacramento Fund. The fund will distribute individual grants of up to $20,000 over the course of the season. Tonight, Sacramento Regional Conservation Corps was a recipient of such a grant. Fans are encouraged to help match the donation by donating online at sacrepublicfc.com. Few chances for the Republic tonight. Poparo in the 16th minute with the lone goal of the match for Orange County, who has held on to that lead. They have played much better than the Republic tonight. They have been more crisp. Sacramento has not stopped fighting as Bierman goes down. He's holding his right ankle. Or is it Mirkovic? Excuse me. It's Ivan Mirkovic. And now the training staff will come give him a go.
Yeah, you know, Ivan's not one to milk any of these things, so you got to think it's just hopefully something that he can walk off. But not sure exactly how the set piece was awarded. There's a bit of a few guys kind of battling, banging together over there. Should be a good angle here for Chase to whip a ball in. Slight breeze towards the goal here.
Minter
and a good position for a right-footed player to just whip the ball in, have it land right around the 6-yard box. Angle for that far post.
All-time assist leader in Cal Poly sends a good ball in here right into the hands of Brandon Miller.
It's a good ball, but just anemic. There's no runs. OC might be doing a good enough job of breaking the runs, but still there's just no urgency on any of those runs.
Foreign backpedaling. Basilio giving chase. Crittenden there as well. Caval trying to push it forward. The head volley continues for the Republic, looking to push it forward again. Mayus has come up time and time again tonight. He's gotten his feet in there and slowing the attack of the Republic. So many times the things you don't see, Kevin, is the small plays that Mayus has made over and over tonight to just slow down the attack. It doesn't get on the score sheet, but has had a huge impact in what the Republic's been able to do moving forward.
Yeah, he's done a nice job tonight.
Keeps it in play. Caval trying to squeeze it through to Pridham. Orange County just toying with it, continuing to volley here, deep in their own third. Mirkovic with a high hip kick out of play.
So we got 10-15 minutes right now, Rob. We need tempo and we need some urgency going forward. It's just too easy and too slow.
Tabo, nobody there.
Well done by Derek.
Looking to spring the attack, Bierman. Bierman spraying to his left, looking for Crittenden. Bopara. Gets beat, turns to the corner, working near the byline, sending it deep. Down goes Clementa on the near side. Bierman giving chase just before it runs out of play. Able to come back in. In-swinger cross. Header coming. A chance for Popara. Saved by Jakubek. Beautifully done by Dominic.
Tell you what, fantastic save by Dom for keeping the team in the game here, because that was just a horrendous display of defending by Sacramento over the last 30 seconds right here. Good ball in the box. No one's moving. Tavo, is that off the post there, or is that off?
Looks like it was off his right.
Tavo's not tracking runners.
And Mirkovic is out. Christian Silva in, a former Rochester Rhino himself. So Miller and Silva both playing on the championship team from 2015. And out comes Mirkovic, and hopefully a chance for Sacramento now, as Orange County's captain walks off the field, but is given a round of applause from a man who gave a lot here in his 2 years with the Republic.
Put in a good shift tonight. Just throwing the ball away now. I mean, inexcusable.
J.J. Koval looking for Pridham. Pridham putting pressure. Just bounced right into the hands of Brandon Miller. Not a bad ball that time. But still, they're tough balls, Kevin. These aren't easy chances for Sacramento. They're making it harder on themselves. And it's been this way all match. Opara to his left here. Fighting Koval. Crittenden holding now, picking up the ball. And now Crittenden throws it away.
Yeah, probably a foul by J.J. Caval there. Crittenden just goes down, grabs the ball, assuming the whistle's gonna go his way.
8 minutes and some change here for Sacramento to find themselves on the scoreboard. Foreign, the center back, playing up. Too heavy of a touch from Tommy Stewart. Sprays it out left here. Colby, who's had limited touches in the second half now, with an opportunity. Looking for Pridham. Pridham, too tough. Too heavy of a touches tonight. Basilio settles it in, looking to turn to his right, trying to make a run. It's out of play, and it'll stay Orange County. More substitutions coming, and now it will be James Kiffey. It'll be in for Emra Clementa.
Kiffey probably sliding out to the left. Kip Colby coming over.
Here's a
right.
chance. Looking for Bocelio again. A nice cross. A giveaway. Back to Bierman. Bierman with his left foot. Was too close to Papara. Cameron Iwasa trying to spring something forward. Halima cuts him off. A quick give and go. Back to the center of the park. Sprays it out wide for Tabo. Tabo with a nice settle to this right side. Just gave it away. And Colby now going to have to try to make something happen. Muse, too easy of a play.
I mean, that's Tavo again. He just telegraphs that the whole thing. You got to get yourself, you have to commit the defender. Colby's on a 60-yard sprint. And just not good enough once again in that final third. Tavo's got to make the turns, got to commit the defender, allow that to the run of Kip Colby to evolve. Just timed poorly and poorly executed. And a decent chance wasted once again.
Pridham looking to catch up. This is about as frustrated as it comes, Kevin.
And you know, I always go back to you can be okay and you can accept a poor performance. If quality isn't there, the quality isn't there today, but the energy and the effort doesn't seem to be there. And that for me is absolutely inexcusable for pretty much, 90-95% of these guys tonight on the pitch are losing their individual battles. And that, in my mind, is just, it's absolutely inexcusable. And I think it just goes down to these guys and their effort and their desire. And it's not there right now.
Orange County back again. McCracken deep into the corner. McCracken shielded by Kiffey and Iwasa. And Kiffey comes away and wins the ball. A rare win tonight for Sacramento. These one-on-one battles. Coming up is Plunky. Pridham gets the best of it. Tommy Stewart showing some pace in the middle. Tabo on his overlap. To his left. Here's Minter. Minter with the left cheek. Here's Tommy Stewart with a chance. Colliding with Miller. And Miller with a great save to come out again. Showed conviction and won the ball.
Yeah, Miller being brave. Foul called on Tommy Stewart. Tommy Stewart doing whatever he can to get in there. Still Chase Minter. The decision there for a little bit of a chip, a little dink into the box. Probably not the best decision as we get another look at this right now. Still like to see that ball driven maybe.
One more chance for Pridham. Pridham settling down, takes it off the head. Out of play, keeps it in play. Here's McCracken. Switches back over right through the legs of Caval. That's just been the type of night it has been here for the Republic. Whenever there's an opportunity, it seems to be quickly squandered. Out of play. Clock winding down for Sacramento here.
And you still don't see any urgency or any desire for these guys to get forward and start moving the ball quickly.
Caval is fouled. Restart.
And at this point, you don't know what it's going to take for that fire to be lit inside him.
Colby, who's now switched to the right side after the substitution for Clementa. Quick touch from Tabo, taken down from behind, and I think he's going to be carded here, and it will be Papara with a yellow. And And so he is booked. And an opportunity here for Sacramento on a set piece. Chase Minter, who took a majority of the set pieces while at Cal Poly, has a chance here to get his club knotted up at 1.
Yeah, Papara here is fortunate to only see a yellow card. Clearly from behind, dangerous. And in fact, that needs to be looked at by USL, because that's from behind, serious chance of injuring a player in that situation.
Here's Minter. Back post swinging, it's Pridham! And it just sent it wide right. Last deflected by Orange County. So another corner. Chase Minter, the crowd starting to buzz. The energy building here at Bonnie Field. Chase Minter, hand up, hand down. Ball goes up. Mackenzie Pridham again, just failing away the wrong way towards the net.
Yeah, it's tough. When you're going away from goal, trying to bring the ball, redirect it back on with any sort of pace. Just shows, I think the runs still are just a little bit too deep or starting too soon. You need to be the ones that are coming onto the ball as it's coming in.
The timing's way off tonight.
Agreed. Get another look at this as the ball's, this is the set piece served in. It's like McKenzie battling in there.
That was the first one, and that looked pretty good. Pridham held his position well.
Yeah, I like seeing, I think it's a good decision by Paul bringing a guy like Mack in. Kind of disrupt things a little bit. A completely different player up top than what I think Tommy Stewart is.
But that's been the story tonight. You get an opportunity and you can't finish the chance. Not able to make good on what they've been given here by Orange County, which has not been much for most of these 90 minutes played. Jokabek.
This is where urgency is needed. Chris Christian, I mean, guys got to start breaking out right now. Get up the field, get involved in the attack. Allow Derek and Chris, or just have Dominic get the ball up the field and play in their third.
Looking for Tommy Stewart, who finds Pridham. Pridham will settle it down. Header to the left is Kippy. Kippy with a knife left foot, looking for number 19. Here's Pridham, just outside the area, gets caught up in the smoke. Purdy goes down, and the attack is stopped. How many more does the Republic have in them?
No runs. Don't know where Chris Christian's playing that ball. Can't even pick up the second ball either, even when you're overloading the front. Popara.
Our sprint stoppage time will be 4 minutes here. Into the middle of the park. Here's Chase Minter. A quick touch. Cameron Owasa. Owasa cutting through, dicing through the middle. Now he's in the middle of the park. Being shielded. Here to the right side. Colby. And across! And it's stopped again by Miller.
That is absolutely unbelievable.
It is Pridham again. And one more time, number 33, the goalkeeper, Brandon Miller, the goalkeeper of the year for 2015, is showing why he's received some of the top accolades.
That's the ball you want in the box. Mackenzie Pridham misses a sitter, an absolute sitter on his left foot. All you need to do is redirect that in the goal. And, you know, that's the story ending the first half as well, with Clementa and Tommy Stewart breaking.
Britton into Papara here. Papara just going to strike this one deep.
That is simply inexcusable right there. What we talked about earlier, someone needs to grab this game by the throat, and you can't ask for a better opportunity or a better place or a better situation to put yourself into. And story of the night, story for the last 5 games, story for the last 6 months. Can't find a way to put the ball in the back of the net.
Colby. Pridham may have been tugged there, but you're right. You've got to stay strong.
You've got to assume that you're going to have some sort of pressure put on you or applied to you in that situation.
Wassa tripped up momentarily. Back to Caval. The field seems to be shrinking in. Tommy Stewart. Sacramento with a couple of more minutes to try to make something happen here. Now Christian's moving forward. Showing a little bit more urgency here on the Republic side. The most we've probably seen all night tonight. Coming way late in this one. Tavo looking for Stewart. Stewart mishandles. To the right side. Here's Colby again. Colby again with a nice touch. To his left. Crosses back in. Back from Tavo. Over the top. Great play by what appears to be
too many touches there by Tavo again. It takes 2 touches for him to settle the ball down. Poor ball by Kip Colby. But Tavo, this is what in that final third, it takes him 3 touches to get the ball settled, or 2 touches to get the ball settled. And in this sort of level, this sort of competition, that first touch needs to put you in the right direction or get it off your foot as quickly as possible. Just not good enough.
Substitution here. Nikola Ilic will come in. Orange County mainstay 2015, 25 appearances. And he will come on for Pavle Paparo, who has the lone goal here tonight for Orange County. Coming in the 16th minute. Sacramento has had a couple of chances here late, not able to convert. A foul is called, whistled here just in the midfield. Chase Minter will start things up. There's been a different pace since number 22, Chase Minter, has come into this game.
Yeah, coming in the middle of the park, I think he's done a nice job changing the complexion of this game.
Wasted time here trying to reset. Chase Minter will spray it out to his left. Looking back for Pridham. Pridham with a quick header. See, that's Derek Ford.
And that is a horrendous decision there by Derek Ford. There's no reason to foul there. You go from keeping the possession, and this is going to kill 30 seconds off the clock. You go from keeping possession in that final third. It's just silly.
Sacramento may have one more decent attack. Orange County's trying to wipe away as many seconds as they can here in the final moments of week 6. Long throw. In the air. Too long, too high. Here's James Kiffey. James Kiffey working the touchline. James Kiffey now to the center of the park. Looking for Awasa. Awasa still settled down. There's Mackenzie Pridham. Over the head kick. Now it's Caval. Settles it in. To the left side. Again, set in for a cross. Purdy, too tall.
James Kiffey whipping in 2 fantastic balls and still the runs, and then that.
And that will do it. Orange County. Solid all night. They score in the 16th minute and time after time, and despite the number of chances for Sacramento, they cannot get it done. For the first time in Sacramento history, they lose 3 straight matches in USL play. Defeated, downtrodden, but they've got another one against LA Galaxy next week. We'll have your highlights and your stats coming up. Let's go down to the field now for more.
Republic FC returns to play on Saturday, May 14th, when they face the Seattle Sounders FC2. Kickoff 7:30 p.m. Gates opening up 6 p.m. For more ticket information, visit sacrepublicfc.com. Head downtown to De Vere's Irish Pub, your home for all things soccer, for the official Sacramento Republic FC post-pint party. You can enjoy the new menu and drinks with your fellow Sacramento Republic FC fans.
So the crowd still cheering on their boys in the Old Glory around here tonight, but it was a tough one. It was not a pretty one down here at Bonnie Field, but for Orange County, they gave it their all, and the score, the final 1-0. Now let's get to your NorCal Honda highlights, and brought to you by NorCal Honda dealers. And what a match this was early on for Orange County. Be able to find a few shots on target. Popara was able to spring to Cesar a spree a few times. And Dominic Jocko back there. And here's one of the best chances early on. And again, it was Miller time and time again coming through.
Max Alvarez overhead kick here. Solid chances in the second half for Sacramento. Clearly in the 90-plus time frame. Here's a chance for OC. It's Dom, big save with his right hand. Fantastic save. Keeping his team into the game.
That was probably the best look toward the end. You've just felt like that one had a good chance of going in. And one more time again, it is a last chance for Sacramento, not able to convert. And so the score remains 1-0. It felt time and time again, they're late in the match, that there was the chances there, that the energy was back, and you just couldn't convert. It was a little too late.
Yeah, a little shout out here to Tower Bridge Battalion. In my mind, put in a much better performance than the guys on the pitch tonight. So kudos to them for coming out and keeping strong. But like you said, Rob, I mean, at this point, it's you throw your hands up in the air a little bit and think, what else could the coaching staff do for these guys? It's got to come down where they got to look themselves in the mirror and make decisions on if they want to be professionals or not. Because I tell you what, tonight after that performance, in my mind, there's a lot of people that are going to have a lot of questions to be answered this week, and it's going to take a lot of soul searching in order for this to get fixed. And it's not going to be fixed overnight, and Paul's going to have his hands full. But I tell you what, it's disappointing to see these guys, how uninspired that effort was in my mind.
I just felt after last week, you came up short. You knew that you played better than St. Louis. You outplayed St. Louis. There was no doubt about it. Tonight, there was no doubt about it. Orange County was the better team out here this evening.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far to say no doubt. I think Orange County definitely had the majority of the play and deserved to get a result here tonight. But also you got to think about, we gifted them the goal. Sacramento gifted OC the goal in the first half, and no other real chances beyond Dominic's save there in the 85th, 86th, 87th minute. Fantastic save at that. So not much trouble. OC really didn't give us much trouble other than that. So you start to think about when all things are considered, we've only conceded 3 goals in our first quarter of the season. Maybe a little bit less than that, and that's fantastic, and that's good and all. But we've also only scored 2 goals, and that's where the uninspired play. And it's just, for me, it comes down to battles and how you value yourself out there. You know, that's what I kind of always looked at, how your matchup and how your battles were handled. And I think OC had the majority of the battles won tonight, and Sacramento's way too easy to play against.
Well, they're a young team. They're going to go through ups and downs, and you just hope that the start of the season here, it started like it was climbing in one direction, has taken a little bit of a detour downward. You hope they can turn it around. They've got a tough match a week from today, as they will take on the LA Galaxy 2 in Los Angeles. And so that one should be a great one. Then we'll be right back here at home when it comes for that Sounders 2 on May 14th. Final from here, Orange County 1, Sacramento 0. The Blues take away 3 points and now have 10 on the season. Republic remain at 7. I want to thank our entire crew, our executive producer, Rusty Pravat, everybody with behind the scenes here at the Republic. For Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. We appreciate you tuning in this one. Come back soon. The Republic have a lot of work to do, but it's still early in the season. They lose this one 1-0.